Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in bonnie Scotland. So this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, which is where I found that amazing Charles I silver hammered coin from 1625 to 1649, then get yourself back, stop watching and go and watch part 1 first. An incredible coin, absolutely beautiful coin. So, it's me in the trusty XP Deus 2, part 1. I've been going for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and probably got the same again to go, if not slightly longer. Albert's phoned and he is on his way. I'm expecting him here in the next half an hour or so, but it is Albert, so he might turn up a week on Friday, but we'll see. And I'm going to go and have a look and see what other goodies there are to be found, but I've got huge amounts of land that I haven't even touched. So I've got high hopes. I'll be interested to see if this is a good signal or a bad signal, because I'm using my my new custom deep program at the moment, and $77, $78 sounds pretty good. If I flip on to the what is this, high conductivity program 3 normally, it's very faint, but it's still registering as high 70s, low 80s, but I doubt I would dig that. So, moment of truth. How am I going to find something that I wouldn't have otherwise found without this custom program? Moment of truth, we are down about 7-8 inches, and the signal seems to be somewhere over here. Oh, battery's getting low, I think. Stop it. Oh, there's a bit of lead. I think the answer is the new program has found something that we wouldn't have otherwise found. That, ladies and gents, looks like a very nice lead seal. It does indeed look like a very nice lead seal. You beauty. Well, new program, 1-0 up. Okay, we've got something going on here. We're going to have to give this a little gentle clean up. We've got writing on both sides. We've got shapes and so on. So let's give this a wee delicate clean and we'll get right back to you. It is indeed a lead seal. Let's zoom in a bit. And it looks like it says something, and I think it says Chester there. On the other side, it's a bit clearer, and it definitely looks like it says registered and the word mark, so I'm going to suggest it's registered trademark, but I've got no idea. A registered trademark of what is the $1 million question. Looks like, is it Web? W-E-B, something there right in the centre. I'm going to have to rely on you all to work this one out. Looks like there's a crown at the top as well. So it's a bag seal or a lead seal, maybe a flax seal. In fact, probably not a flax seal because it is in English. They're generally in Russian. So maybe for manure or something like that, or sugar or something else. But date wise, I'm going to guess 1750 to 1900, probably sometime around the 1850s, 1880s generally seems to be the most common. So let me know in the comments below. And look who's here, Mr. Albert with his AT Pro Garrett International. And he's coming to Detectival with us, so he's getting as much practice in as he can. We'll see how he gets on. Okay, we've got another signal. Bert's literally just starting, just showing him my Scottish coin, letting him get his ear in for how it sounded. He certainly wouldn't have missed it with his machine. And we've got another digger right here. 82, 83 in the other programme. Definitely be digging that. Not as good a sound though. How big is it? Doesn't seem massive, so let's see what we get. So what are you writing to this? I've shown it to Albert because he was close by. It's like a little rectangular sort of tag, and it's got this little pivot point at the top. It's almost like a little swivel. But turn it over to the other side, and that is quite decorated. It looks almost like a cross in the centre. And is it crowns or is it fleur-de-lis on the four corners? It's got a reasonable recent break at the top there. You can see the sort of purpley colour come through, but I've had a look around. I can't see or hear any signal, but it's got a little knuckle here at the top. So it's hinged, it's been attached to something. Now initially I thought, well, maybe it's just like a zipper, but it's quite an unusual design for a zipper, and zips have only been around for 60 years, 70 years, something like that, and it looks a lot older than that. Then I thought, well, it could be one of these sort of pendants that hang off of a horse or something. So I am at a loss, but I think it does look pretty interesting. So let me know in the comments below. This one is coming through at a 73 to 75. But on my other programme doesn't really register. So again, is it going to be something good or bad? Okay, it was a deep signal. Here, have a scan of that. Albert, have a scan of that, see what you reckon of it.
You want me to tell you?
What's it saying?
Hammered.
Hammered. Albert's is saying hammered. Right, so we've got a wee clod shot for you. Is that something there? Oh, it is. That's something there. That's it. So that isn't a hammered, that's for sure. It looks like it's probably a bit of a spoon or something like that. Could be lead actually. It's bending. It's going to snap. So what is that? It has definitely got some decoration on it. I would reckon that that is the tip of a pewter spoon or something along those lines. I'm going to bend it completely. I know it's probably going to snap, but okay, there we go. So what do you reckon to that, folks? Yeah, I'm going to go with it's a decorated spoon handle or knife handle, and because it's pewter or maybe even lead, I reckon there might be a bit of age to it. But let me know in the comments below. I'm going to guess 300 or more years old. What do you think? Well, someone asked me in the comments just in the last few days, what's the DS2 like at picking out good signals between iron or heavily mineralised soil, and I got an 80-85 signal. I thought I would take the top off just to see if it got any better, because it was really erratic, and now that popped out, and I thought, well, that should be giving you a solid 85. In fact, it looks like George III, so that should be giving you a solid 85, and the reason why it wasn't is, hopefully you can hear that, there is a big lump of iron down there somewhere as well, exactly the same hole. So that's good. It has managed to pick out that coin. Fill the hole in. It's managed to pick out that coin in between that big horrible iron signal, and that is Gorgeous George, not George V, but George III, and it's either a penny or a halfpenny. You can see 111 right there. and it would have said Georgius III Rex, George III King. And on the back, it's a little bit better. You can just make out Britannia seated. I'll look into the left hand side, so this puts it somewhere between 1760 and 1820. The madness of King George, who almost certainly was suffering from a disease called pyphoria, but they treated it by giving him mercury enemas, sticking leeches to him, and bloodletting, all sorts of horrific things. And he was married to Queen Charlotte. They had something like 14 or 16 children together, and she was German, he was German technically. She was Charlotte of Mecklenburg, and despite having not met until 30 minutes before they got married, they had 12 or 14 children. So there we go, 1760 to 1820. Another good find. Excellent. We have a signal. I've cleared off the debris just to the side there. It's coming through as an ear blowing 78, 79. I just got Albert over to have a listen. See what you reckon to that, Albert.
76, 77.
So, could be a good one. Let's give it a try and see. Well, I wasn't convinced it was going to be a coin. I thought it was slightly too low, but just trying to get Albert's ear in for his signals. It's copper alloy. It's, I don't know, it's got a thread on it, so it's maybe a hose, part of a hose or hydraulic hose or something like that. So, there we go. Junk, tractor junk. Always check your hole. That's where I found the target, and I'm just doing a wide sweep, and I reckon it's going to be a bit of lead, but then again, it could be a wee hammer coin, you never know. I think it might have just fallen out the clod on the edge of the hole. Is that it there? Yeah, I think it is. I thought there it was a buckle, but that is not a buckle. That is a thing. Now, what kind of thing is it? Is it a good thing or a junk thing? It is a junk thing. It's a little sort of molten piece of bronze, or maybe copper actually. But yes, it is a thing. Albert reckons he's got a coin. 85, 88. It's definitely in the right realms. Right, Albert. He's 100% certain, he said before he started to dig. That is not a coin. That is a...
Off a battery for a car.
It's a clamp for a car battery. Or a tractor battery. Oh well. You've had it. Junk for Albert. .62, maybe a bit of lead or a bit of copper. Let's try and do another live dig. The soil's a bit softer. Out straight away. Now, moment of truth. Get the old Garrett carrot out. Battery's almost dead on my probe. Metal detector's giving me background noise. Not doing very well with this probe today. Not helped by the... Oh, right, I'm giving up with that probe. Lucky it's run out before Detectival and not when I was there. Right, I'm going to try the old-fashioned weight with the handfuls. So, somewhere about there. And it's in my hand. Still in my hand. Right, we've got a clod shot for you. And I can see something glimmering just there. Oh, I've dropped it. That didn't go to plan, did it? There we go. Ah, it's the top, I think. Is it the top of a moo tube? No, I don't think it is. I think it's like a stud type thing. Could it be silver? Could be silver, you know. Okay. Right, we're going to need to give this a wee clean up and get a better look at it. Might be something alright after all. I do keep forgetting by the power of hands-free. I don't need to keep doing it off camera. We've got letters. We have got letters. Let's see, is this silver? It's pretty silvery, that's for sure. It is pretty silvery. Can't get that bit out. Okay, I don't think it's solid silver, but it's very heavy. Question is, what is it? Right, I'm going to dry it out and then I'm going to come back to you and hopefully try and read the letters. This is one of these little quirky finds that you get, which I quite like. So it says, for the hair, and along the top it says Harlene, Harleine. Harleine for the hair, and it's actually the top of a tube. That's the cap still on, and this is what would have been a metal tube, a bit like a toothpaste tube. And I googled it, and it was a person or a company called Edwards, and Edwards made something called Harleine for the hair between 1880 and 1899, I think it was. And it was a type of lotion, like a gel or a tonic, that promoted hair growth, stopped hair loss, and helped as a treatment for dandruff. So it's towards the end of the Victorian period, 1880 to 1899. Isn't that a quirky little thing? So the rest of it all disintegrated in the ground, but the wee stainless steel or whatever it is tube top is still left. So yeah, I like finding these kinds of things. Something a bit different, isn't it? This one came through at a shallow sort of 60. Looks like we've got a button number 2. It's one of these domed buttons, missing its back, which would have been a separate piece. And yeah, well, that's a find. It was as I say, it was around about 60, 58, 61, that kind of figure. Can't see any decoration, but date wise it's probably going to be sometime 18, maybe into the 1900s. On one of the programs, on my program 16, this is a pretty ear-blowing signal, the JMac Deep program, and that sounds pretty fantastic. Solid 86 both directions, and on the other program though, it's there but not so good, whereas that is an ear blower. Now, it's a pretty small target, so X marks the spot. Let's go and see what Albert thinks, and then we'll dig it up. Okay, we're out the hole, not particularly deep. Albert's detector, it was a bit iffy. It was kind of picking it up, kind of not picking it up, but now it's out the hole somewhere in this soil on the third spadeful. It was 100% picking it up, and he's saying it's a coin. And it is a coin, I think. And if it is, it's silver. is silver, and it is George the Third. No, it's not, it's William. It's Gavilimus. There's just a bit of mud on it, but I'm going to wash it. It is 100% Gavilimus. William the Third of England, William the Fourth of Scotland, aka King Billy. There's the back. Oh, the back's pretty good as well. I can see a date. It looks like 1696. You beauty. Right, let me give it a wee dry up off camera. The sun is out. It's turned into a beautiful afternoon. And this is my second silver coin of the day. You dancer. So here it is. Gavilimus 111 de Gracia. William the Third, by the grace of God. And William the Third is also known as William the Fourth of Scotland, and he's also known as King Billy. He was the King of England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. He claimed to also be the King of France, but he was also the King of the various Dutch republics of Utrecht, Gelders, Holland, Friesland, if I remember rightly as well. So he was a busy man. And this is right slap bang in the middle of the Jacobite uprisings, the beginning of the Jacobite uprisings. William III seized power with his wife, who was Mary Stuart, and she was the daughter of James VII of Scotland, who was also James II of England, in what was called the Glorious Revolution. Basically, it was a coup. James VII and II had taken over from his brother Charles II in 1685, except he'd converted to Roman Catholicism, and that was too much, especially when he produced a son and heir who was also christened or to be raised as a practicing Roman Catholic. So William, his son-in-law, along with his daughter from his first marriage, Mary, were asked to come over and seize the throne of Great Britain, and that's exactly what they did. Supporters of the exiled James VII were called Jacobites or Jacobites, because James in Latin is Jacobus. And that is a really, really nice coin. On the other side, we can see a date of 1696 at the top there. Where is it? There it is. And then we've got the letters MAG, BR, Mag Britannia, France, FRA, and then it would say Et Hibernia, Rex. So basically it says King 1696 of Great Britain, France and Hibernia, Ireland. And in the centre would be the various symbols of Scotland, of Ireland, of England, and also of Holland. Beautiful. And I think that that's a shilling. It looks a little bit bigger than a sixpence, I think, but do let me know in the comments below. So there we go. That is a beautiful coin. We've had quite a number of William III's over the last few months. I'm reckoning probably about 10 or 12 between us, and I am always happy to see them. Beautiful coin, and from my favourite period in history, the Jacobites. Okay, we've got 82. Bit erratic for a coin, but you never know. Well done to the JMac DP program 16. I think I'm going to have to rename that, or folk are going to start laughing. We've got ourselves a musket ball, and the good thing is that was quite a deep signal. The other program, the side by side, the Deep HC program 3, with square tones only, didn't pick that up, or it was noticeable but not a signal you would have dug. whereas the new programme, well, you heard it, it was a screamer. So that is a very good sign. That's 2 signals that I wouldn't have otherwise dug, which I have dug, and both have turned out to be 1 lead seal and 1 lead musket ball. So clearly lead is sounding better. Brilliant. Date wise, I'm going to guess sort of 1700s for this one. Could even be contemporary with the William III coin, which is only found 5 metres away, so maybe someone was being shot at. And again, this is where the musket ball came from, and we've got an iron signal in there as well, just as I checked the hole and filled it in. So that's probably, you hear that? Mineralisation or iron, one or the other. And it still managed to pick it out. So that's a good sign. Okay, we've got another one right here. '72, '73. And the other programme, not the best. So does that mean possibly lead? Let's give it a go. Again, 2 signals. The hole has been dug. Screaming 74 over there, but just here where the hole is a 23. So again, I think a bit of interference coming through. So the battery's just about dead on this probe. It works occasionally. Oh. Here we go. Whatever it is in my hand. That's it there, I think. It is. It is indeed. It's not it, is it? Nope, that's definitely it. Oh, Albert's got himself a find. What is it?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Lead, maybe.
He's got a...
Could be lead.
Oh, look at that. Gold. Gold. Look. Lucky it didn't come out that way up. So what is it, is the $1 million question. Plain on the other side and gold on this side. I'm guessing it's probably aluminum or aluminium, but yep, it's definitely not solid gold, but it's nice and shiny in the sun. Right, let's have a wee look at Albert's clod shot. So he's got something. Okay, definitely there somewhere. It's getting smaller. Oh, he's got something round. You see that there? Is that a button? Or maybe a coin? It's a... Is it going to be a washer? Is it hollow? It's hollow. It's a thing. It is a thing. It's a ring.
Watch.
It's a
Pocket watch top, maybe?
It's a...
Anything off it?
I think you'll be struggling to figure out what that is, but I think it comes under the category of junk, I'm afraid, Albert. Oh well, what could have been? A wee alert just popped up on my phone there to say that there's a £12.2 million lottery jackpot tonight, which must be won. So if no one gets all the numbers, the closest person gets all the money, or a share of the money if someone else is close to. So I'm feeling lucky. 2 beautiful silvers, stuck on 3 tickets. Fingers crossed. That was a very deep signal again, about 10 to 11 inches down, and we've got the bottom of a Mills hand grenade. Came through as a pretty stonking 87 when I checked the other programme. It wasn't keen on it at all, so again, something that potentially I might have missed. Looking promising. Albert's got a signal over there. It's a wee bit wishy-washy, but it still could be something. I've got one right here, I got him to check. It's an ear-blowing 85, which is coin territory all day long. And Albert's machine also says coin. What does the other program say? Also says coin. So let's give it a go. Maybe silver. Mine came out straight away. Albert's digging to Australia for his. Oh, and that looks pretty round to me. Now that, ladies and gents, is coin number 4, maybe 5. Definitely 4. 2 silver. Is it 5? Coin number 5. Right, it's a bit crusty. We'll give it a wee rub-a-dub off camera. Then we'll see what Albert's got as well, and we'll get back to you. It is unfortunately toasty. It is toasty, but it is a coin, and they all count. And I think it's probably going to be George the First to George the Third, because it's just around the edge. You can see this raised line around the outside. I'm going to say George the Third, and that would put it 1760 to 1820. But if it was George the First, it would be 1714 to 1727. And failing that, it would be George the Second, which would be 1727 to 1760. But it's another coin. Let's go and see Albert and his attempts to get to the end of the world. It's down a full pinpoint depth already. I'm thinking big iron, maybe a great big horseshoe if he's lucky, which will bring him luck. Oh, it's moved, or it's out. It is out. There's more than one signal. And there it is. Is that a big bit of lead? Tin. A big bit of tin for Albert.
Brass. That's why it was saying not too bad.
Well, comes under the category, unfortunately, of junk. And I suspect your other sound is another piece of it. But hey, could have been something good. You've got to dig it. Okay, I've got myself a wee 82. And Albert reckons could be a bit of lead. I don't think it's a coin. Let's do a wee live dig because the ground looks soft. We're out. Let's see if we've got enough power left in the old Garrett carrot to find it. Ah, that is not a coin. Now that is a thing. What is that then? Interesting. A bit of water on this, I think. Well, a couple of big rivets through it, whatever it is, and then a wee bit which is hollow. Oh, love the smell of suntan lotion. Right, let's give it a wee rub on the sleeve. Honestly, the sleeves of all my jumpers are wrecked. And get you into the sun so you can get a better look at this. So what do you reckon? What is that? What is that? Strange that it's got 2 copper rivets in it. And then, clearly something attached to it. But why would you have rivets through there when it's not attached to anything? Not sure on that. Maybe attached to a bit of leather or something? An ancient relic or something more modern. Can't see a thread on it, so over to you all to let me know what that is. Maybe some ancient thing owned by William Wallace or Robert the Bruce, or maybe something much more obvious that I'm just missing. Let me know in the comments below. This is going to be my last signal. I don't have high hopes because it sounds too good to be true. It's an ear-blowing 99, which would tell me it's a silver coin just under the surface, or aluminum. Even on the other programme, it's a solid 99. Size wise, it's a pretty big target, but you can't leave it, so let's give it a go and see. It's my last signal of what has been a fantastic bit of time out, and it's green and it's in the mud. The question is, what is it? Kind of like a big nut, a washer or something. A big, can't get the mud out it, not strong enough. It's yeah, I think it's a big join for copper irrigation pipe or something like that. I think that would be hollow. I can feel the soil moving, but it's, see it starting to come through. There we go. But it is garbage, junk, rubbish. There we go. So it is hollow in the middle, and it's a little bit of copper pipe fitting. So that is the end of what has been a fantastic two-parter. Even better, 2 bits of silver and a whole host of other things. Coins, buttons, relics and so on. Several of which I require your assistance to identify them. But star of the show, without doubt, is these 2 beautiful silver coins. Especially that one at the top with a thistle. I love finding them. So top right, William of Orange, 1696, so 320-ish, 225 years old. And next to him, Charles the First, which is 1625 to 1649, so getting on for 400 years old. That is tremendous. So thank you all for watching. If you don't already, then hit the subscribe button, and this may well be the last video before Detectival, depending on whether or not I manage to get a day off and get out again. But if I don't, then I will see some of you at Detectival, and I will certainly be putting up some videos. Whether or not it's me and the boys digging up tin cans or ring pools is yet to see, but we will do our best. So we'll see you on the next dig. If you don't already, give us a subscribe, turn on the notifications and give us a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next dig. Thanks for watching.